Hello, good morning. We're going to read Chapter 2 today. Chapter 2 is titled DNA and Genes. Okay, so we're going to learn all about DNA and genes and what they do for us. So we're going to start with a question before we get started. Where do we get our DNA from? Do we get it from our parents? From books? Or from our friends? Where do we get our DNA from? Touch or say your answer. We get our DNA from our parents. So mom and dad. All right, let's read. The next week, Todd comes to class excited to keep learning about living things. What are we going to learn about next? Todd asks. Mr. Kinder says, this week we will learn about DNA. DNA is very important for all living things. Okay, here's Todd and Mr. Kinder, and they're talking about DNA. Okay, what do you think? Where is our DNA located? Do you think it's located at the doctor's office? In our pockets? Or in our cells? Where is our DNA located? Let's read to find out. Mr. Kinder reminds the class that every living thing is made up of cells. He then tells the class that every tiny cell is a living thing that has something special inside. Inside each cell is something called DNA. Okay, so our DNA is located in our cells. Here are some pictures of cells. And our DNA is very special. Everyone's DNA is different. DNA is a set of directions inside the cell. These directions are grouped together in genes. Genes tell the cells what to do and what to be. Okay, so different parts of DNA sets are called genes. And genes give directions, so they tell the cells what to be like and what to do. Every living thing has its own DNA. Genes and DNA give people different characteristics. This is what makes each person, animal, and plant different from others. The traits in DNA make some living things tall and others short. They can also make some living things different colors. Okay, so every living thing has its own DNA. That's why we all look different. Okay, so our DNA gives us our traits. Our traits could be whether we're tall or short, could be the shape of our eyes, the color of our eyes, our hair, the color of our hair, whether our hair is curly or straight, or thick or thin. Okay? So let's fill in the sentence. DNA gives us our what? DNA gives us our name. DNA gives us our traits. Or DNA gives us our clothes. Which word best fills in the sentence? DNA gives us our traits. Let's review what we have learned about DNA and genes, says Mr. Kinder. Every cell has DNA. DNA is a set of directions. The directions are grouped together in genes. Genes and DNA give each person, animal, and plant different traits. Okay, everyone has different traits because we all have different DNA. So to wrap up this chapter, I want you to think about or talk about maybe, why is it good that each person, animal, and plant has their own DNA? Okay, see if you can think of why it is good that we all have different DNA and different traits that make us each unique. Okay, good job, everyone.